everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm yours truly, Diva Lyri with UNA University and UNA Republic. We are live. Let me tell you something. We had a good deal of challenges getting this site up or getting this set up. And currently, I'm still trying to make sure. I mean to shake us up like that. I'm still trying to see. I'm still trying to make sure what we're doing. Let me see. All right. I promise you, it's always something. Hold on. I don't get what's going on. All right. I'm trying to get my other site up, and I really do need. I have to have all my sites up. I just can't. I can't act right because. All right. Y'all give me one moment. I want to welcome everybody. All right. I'm going to take some deep breaths because this is going to go up. This is going to go up. Give me 1 second. All right. Well, then, if it's on the scene, then let's go. What you doing? All right. So give me one. Give me a moment because I don't get what we're doing here. I just want to go live. All right. We're rolling. Okay. We are rolling. Now, okay. Welcome everybody to 1 moment. All right, so let's get this thing started. Stop shaking. Everybody stop moving. Everybody, let's go. Let's roll. Yours truly, Diva Lyri. I promise you. And I'm trying to make sure I can see all my people on TikTok and YouTube. I'm telling you, we had a challenge just trying to get up. It was just everything, just everything from everything. I want to welcome Charisma in the house. Let me see if I can see my people on YouTube. When I say everything, I mean everything. Give me 1 second. These technical issues are not fun. Right now, I'm just trying to see if I can get on here and see my people, but no. Okay, give me a second so I can get this. Let me see. Why am I trying to go to YouTube and I get Google? I don't get it. All right. Thank you. 1 second. All right. Let me tell you something. Tonight, I'm going to take my time because I'm really, this is a big session for me. Because, some things have happened and you all might have seen the topic. You should have seen the topic. Caitlin Clark dances with the devil. Less Traveled Road says, I hope you post, and I apologize. We're a lot bit late getting up in here, but let me see if I can get myself together and situated because let me tell you something. I just want to tell you what's going on with me right now. Welcome Sonny and Catch and Aaron and Son Carly. Okay, welcome all y'all. Okay, so just trying to get this thing together. It was everything from time needed to because lost some information that for my notes that I'm taking here. I always have to have my notes when I come on. One of my little apparatuses. Why did I buy this thing? And for whatever reason, this thing won't stay on. Battery died. I had it plugged up forever, and then when I needed it dies. It's all kind of stuff. Okay, but I'm done. I'm done venting on that. I want to get on this because I got another vent, and I need to woosah because, a lot of big news has happened with respect to the sports world. All right. And really, I say the sports world. And I want to talk about how it crosses over into what's going on. So, for those of y'all who have seen the topic, Caitlin Clark dances with the devil. Now, you know by now that there's all of this controversy going on with a statement that Caitlin Clark made once she was nominated for the Time Magazine Athlete of the Year. Okay, so there's been a lot of controversy around that. We're going to go into that tonight, but I'm going to go deeper into it, and you'll understand why there is that title. Now, I want to say this real quick. I need to get into it. I'm gonna make it quick. You all can join our membership. This is our Awaken package, our Transcendence package, and Luminosity package. All right. Find the link in the bio. Also, those of y'all who are interested in our membership trust, you know that it comes with the trust documents. It comes with the membership badge and your allodial ID. It also comes with an education, and we're going to put these documents on record for you. So if you're interested in your trust, find the link in the bio. Also, our beginner law book. Y'all know how powerful this is, the beginner law book. It comes with all of your inserts in it: hierarchy of law, societal totem pole, vibratory frequency chart, universal laws. Okay, you can get that. And then we have started to enroll for our winter season 2025. All right, so we want you all to join us. Okay, let's get into what's going on. Okay, so Caitlin Clark nominated for Athlete of the Year for Time Magazine. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Now, I want to get into this. I need to get into why I'm speaking on this and, where I'm coming from as far as the sports and, speaking on these topics, because you all know we deal in law here. And one of the things is I used to be in sports. As a matter of fact, I've been an athlete. I was an athlete all throughout my education level. All right. I actually had a sports television show in Atlanta, sports show from a woman's perspective. And we covered all the sports, all of the major sports: football, basketball, baseball. We'd be there. We had teams there. I was broadcasting on major networks. We had our show on ESPN2 at one point. That was in Atlanta. It was a local spot that we had. So I was really deep into sports. But one of the things that I started to find out as I was doing my research is that those who control sports, it doesn't matter, sports, media, entertainment, they were not for the advancement of anybody, really. It was all a distraction. And so I found myself not being able to deal with sports because there was all of this other drama. Now, at some point I did, those of y'all who have watched the show or understand me and my plight, I did have my spiritual journey. All right. And in this spiritual journey, it is about being focused on reconnecting with spirit. All right. And so in that, there's certain things that I couldn't allow myself to be distracted about or involved in. And that included music, which I was also deeply into music as an entertainer. I actually traveled and toured as an artist, a hip hop artist, when I was in North America. When I went to South America, I did more so R&B and really everything, pop and funk rock. So I was deep into music, but I wasn't necessarily in the industry in that way. I had a very, it wasn't close. I didn't get deep into it when I was in North America. But I saw enough to know not to allow myself to get that deep, to get that close to people who were in the industry like that. So again, one of the things I also found out is music and all of this sports is all connected, because the same people who own the music industry, so all of your major record labels, all of your major publishing companies, even when we're talking about book publishing companies, magazine companies, all right, all of your major league football, basketball, baseball, all of that is owned by the same people. So now, and I want to welcome everybody who's joining. Let me see if I can make this a little bit larger. They're probably like, why is the screen so small, Diva? Hold on. let me make the screen a little bit larger for my people on TikTok. One moment, TikTok. And welcome. I want to thank everybody for joining. I want you to like and share, okay? Like and share as we go into this. Let me see if I can move this over. There we go. Okay. Okay, so just getting back into this, I've had this understanding and this, if you will, epiphany that I have something that I'm supposed to be doing here, and it is on a spiritual level. And so I understood that the people who, when you're dealing with your powerful people, people who have pull and control over people, there's another fraction, a brotherhood, if you will, a fraternity, if you will, where those people, they have to be controlled. If you have any kind of influence over a certain number of people, there's going to be someone who steps in and wants to influence you so that they can have control over you, so that they then can have control over the people. This reminds me, see, I speak about spirits and like alcohol. Like a lot of people don't recognize why they call alcohol mineral spirits, because it actually is, there are spirits in it. And so I break this down in the classes about what a spirit is. And so when we're talking about a spirit, you're talking about a bacteria. And let's start there. Like if we're talking about something microscopic, and a lot of times people don't recognize it, just because something is microscopic, they think, oh, it doesn't have intelligence, but that's not true. Just because it's microscopic and you can't see it, that doesn't mean that it does not have intelligence. It does. So at any rate, all that being said is this microscopic entity, it does not have to take over your whole body. It needs to just get to one point in your body and control that point, and then it controls your whole body. So that's the same way it is with these people. It's like, I might not be able to control all of the people, but if I control the people who are controlling the people, well, then I got control. Some of y'all are not understanding what I'm saying. All right. Again, the title of this, and I want to welcome everybody. Everybody in TikTok, welcome. All my people in Zoom, welcome. Let me see if I can see. All right. So, and by the way, I expect this program to be interrupted, because we do get interrupted, especially when I go deep, like what I'm about to go this evening. So I do expect this to get interrupted. Yes, it dries the body out, Astro says. Okay. So let's understand where I'm going here when I'm talking about, spirits and demons and the devil and Clark dancing with the devil. Let's understand. Let me get into it now, because I'm going deep. And I had set up a as a matter of fact, if you all are interested and you want to come in on the Zoom, I do have a Zoom that's rolling that we will accept people in if you're interested. So find the link in the bio or send the link and we'll send you the link. Anyway, let's let me get into this. My whole point here is that when we're talking about the music industry, the entertainment industry, the sports industry, anybody who has any kind of a pull or any kind of influence over people, there's going to be another group that steps in and they want to control that person. All right. Now, I can see when I look at this industry who has already signed their name. So let me get into this part. You hear people often talk about signing your soul to the devil. You hear that. And you can see when you're paying attention who has done it. You can see it because they're telling you with certain things. And I'm going to go into it tonight. I'm going to show some images. You can see it. And so when for one of the things, I've been turned off when we talk, getting back to the WNBA, I've been turned off about that league. It just never impressed me. I didn't enjoy watching it. And there was a lot of drama surrounding it. All right. But then when it comes to music, I was the same way because I could see. And that's the problem here with this whole thing with Caitlin Clark, because I purposely stayed away from sports because I could see. The thing is, like, when you know certain things and you can see certain things because you've studied it, because you know what you're looking at, then it makes it difficult for you to enjoy things like sports or music. It makes it difficult for even gospel music. Even gospel music, it makes it difficult because you are aware of who's doing what, because you see the clues. These people, when they induct somebody, there's certain things that they do, and we're going to go through that a little bit to communicate to everyone that, oh, I'm in. There's a community, you know how the brotherhood, they got their secret handshakes and their secret words and their secret things that they do in your face. And if you know, you know. And when you know, you cannot, as somebody who is really a truly spiritual being, you cannot be in their zone. You got to move away. Because if you're truly honest about being spiritual, then you don't allow yourself to be in certain people's aura, and they can't be in yours. And so when I looked at these sports, and it was okay, that energy that they're exuding tells me I can't even watch them because it's not okay. I can't find myself indulging in the energy that they're putting out. Okay. I'm prefacing all that because I need y'all to understand that there are a lot of people in sports, entertainment, and the vast majority of them, especially if they have a high following, they have been approached by this, what I'll call brotherhood, this secret society. They have been approached. And once again, I'm letting you know, just in case this broadcast is interrupted, it's going up. So I'm recording this on several different platforms. As a matter of fact, let me do this. Because the problem is, all right, make it difficult.
Recording in progress.
All right. So the problem is that a lot of people are unaware of this secret society. And what is this secret society? What do they do? When they induct you, it always has something to do with something sexual that they're going to do, something sexual that you need to do, whether it be with an animal, whether it be some kind of homosexual agenda, or whether it be allowing somebody to defile you in some kind of way. Then that's the induction. All right. And you can tell who's been through it. I'm gonna play these clips. Let me pull this down because I need to play some clips of what's going on behind the scenes that people are not talking about. This one is one from back in the day. I want to play this one. And it's about this guy who was blowing the whistle about this, this agenda that you have to be into if you really want to, quote unquote, make it in the music industry. Let me pull this down, and then we're going to get into this. So I'm going to play this. Prabhat, if you can set us up on. All right, so give me a second. Let me put this up because I want to make sure that my people on all right, so I'm going to play. Let me see which one I want to do. Let me do this one. All right, so I'm going to play this. And basically, this is a. All right, and thank you for bearing with me. I told you it's been one of those days. Okay. Thank you for the commercial. All right. All right. Can you hear me, Prabha? Prabha, can you hear me? All right. So what's going on in this video is that here's this guy, and I'm gonna just talk through this. You guys can't hear. Okay. So my guy is saying that my audio is not on my video is not coming through. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. One second. All right. So he's saying I can't do anything. So I don't know what that is. So I won't be able to play the videos. So let me put this back on screen. So I won't be able to play the videos. But let me just run through this because I'm going to. All right, so it's unfortunate I won't be able to play the videos. All right, but here's what I'll do. I'm just going to speak you through it. Basically, this is a video whereby back in the day, this was back in the 1900s, where this guy was spilling the beans about how he was brought into a room and he was given a choice. He said they do everything in threes, and so they said the first time, "Hey, come with me, and we're gonna just go hang out." And he was talking about Diddy, his whole experience with Diddy, and Diddy says to him, "Come on, let's just go hang out." And then he's going to hang out, and they hung out for 3 weekends in a row. Then next thing you know, he says there's this. He gets in a limo, and the guy sitting there. He was trying to get with the girl, but there was this Albion guy sitting there rubbing himself and expecting him to partake in some kind of homosexual activity. Well, the guy says no, and he turned it down. He said, but what happened to him is that after that, it ruined his life, that they did everything they could to destroy him because he chose to say no. All right. So I wanted to show that one. There was another video that I wanted to show that actually, as a matter of fact, there's another video that I will show the clips of where there is another guy who's talking about how he had a deal. He was had a record label, and that he was given a choice. He said the first choice was to have sex with some pigs in a row. The second choice was homosexual activity, and then he said the third choice was something else. And he said they had them to sign contracts concerning the deal. Okay, well, we're going to give you the money, but in order to get the money, you got to do one of these acts that degrades you. And what we're going to do is record it. And once we record it, well, then we feel comfortable about letting you have it because you really don't have any power. The guy talked about how, especially when it comes to melanated guys, they have to do something to break them because they too powerful. He said they too strong, so they want to have sex with them, bend them over, so that when they're on camera, they can act like they tough, but they know they're not really tough because they know the truth is that they got bent over in order to get that position. All right. My whole point is that if you're wanting power, and you're dealing in these people's arena, which when you're talking about major league, anything, football, basketball, baseball, whether it be women or men, those who have the funds are controlling it. And if there's any kind of chance that you have any kind of influence over a large number of people, they're going to come at you and they're going to make an offer. And if you do not take them up on the offer, they're going to make life difficult for you. Diva Lyri, what does this have to do with Caitlin Clark dancing with the devils? Those of us who've been paying attention to Caitlin Clark as she came into the WNBA, we are aware of the hell that she was given this season. She's signed this deal with Nike, which everybody thought it was a big deal. Oh, it's a $28,000 or $28 million deal, which turned out to be very, very cheap compared to the fact that she's bringing billions to the WNBA, which was losing millions before. All right. So she comes in, she's the league is abusing her or mistreating her or neglecting her, not even promoting any of the things, but they don't promote anybody. So I say it's her partially. I mean, I'd say it's the NBA, the WNBA partially, because they never promoted anybody even before she got there. That wasn't their thing. They weren't good at it. It wasn't even like they were trying to. But she comes in, they're being neglectful of her. It's always about, this whole rookie league that came in, these rookies came in, when it's really, no, it's just Caitlin Clark that came in and did all of these things. She's getting abused by the players. All right, we're going to get into that because she talked about some things in her article, and I want to go into that. I want to welcome Carnell, welcome Tony, VVS, welcome. Feels like Cece going through a humiliation ritual. I love these peoples. That's exactly what she's going through, a humiliation ritual. She went through a ritual, and we're going to get into it. Thank you, VVS. And I'm going to take your comments and your questions, and thank you all for being here as I go through this. My whole point is this. You've got Caitlin Clark coming into this league. She's being abused. She's been neglected by her own league. She's being abused by the players. The referees are ignoring things that are happening to her on court. The commissioner is not making any points on it. Her coach was not even big upping her, if you will. All of these, Nike with her shoe deal, neglecting her, all of the records that she's broken, not one time, except for the end, Rookie of the Year, did Nike step in and say, congratulations to this woman who's loaning her brand to Nike. For me, looking at this, I know she didn't say yes. I know it. Why do I know it? Because when Asia Wilson makes a complaint, and all of this is alleged. I don't say allegedly, but truly, she made a complaint because Clark was supposed to get her shoe deal. She said, how she gonna get her shoe deal before I get my shoe deal? And before the season even started good, it was Asia Wilson is the MVP. Well, how is that? When we ain't even started good. Why? Because Asia Wilson said yes. That's why they pushing her and promoting her as the MVP. All the media, that's another thing. The media was ignoring Clark, and any time they could say something negative, they would. But when it came to Asia Wilson, no, Asia Wilson is the MVP. Nobody better say nothing different. Well, how is that when the season just started? Because she said yes, allegedly. Why are they pushing Juju and Paige Beckers? Somebody said yes. Somebody said yes. And so here's Clark. Her shoe deal is supposed to be in 2027 because Asia Wilson said, no, where's my shoe deal? Okay. The reason why they were neglecting her is because she didn't agree. Now, I had been saying all along that the Devils are approaching Caitlin Clark and they are courting her heavily. Anytime You see somebody on Saturday Night Live, they getting courted. If they're hosting Saturday Night Live, they went through the ritual. If they hosted, anybody who's hosted it, any and everybody, including Dave Chappelle, who did host it, they went through the ritual. No exceptions. No exceptions. You don't get that kind of power. And they don't let you on their platforms unless you've gone through the ritual and you said yes. That means you signed over your soul to the devil. Okay. So Clark's going through this year, and I keep hearing, oh, she's a good Christian woman. And I'm thinking, yes, she's a good Christian. I hope she is. She better be. She better be spiritually intact and very, very serious about her spiritual intactness if she's dealing with these devils, because they coming after her. They are courting her hard. Unrivaled lead, wanting her all unrivaled. Come on, Caitlin Clark. How many millions we need to give you? And Clark was saying, oh, I think about it. But you know what they did? They went and got the people around her. Not Mitchell, but they got Boston, and they got Hull. They got Kate Martin. Yeah, they're gonna come after the people around you to pull you in. But Clark said, no, I need some time to rest. Okay. So she rests, and suddenly this whole Time Magazine thing comes up. Well, she is the Rookie of the Year. And then, I'm excited. I'm happy. Congratulations about being Rookie of the Year. All right, congratulations. But then the article comes out, and I'm hearing Clark said that she's apologizing for her white privilege. Now, I'm one of those people. When I first heard this, I didn't believe that. I was like, you know why? I didn't want to believe it. I'm gonna tell you why. I didn't want to believe it because if she said that, then I know that she said yes to something else. As I want to hear it out of her mouth. I said she needs to get another agent is what she needs to get. Another agent. I want to hear it out of her mouth. Because I was like, I can't believe she said that. Why? Because I didn't want to believe that she signed her soul over. And some of y'all thinking, well, she could have just got the Time Magazine Person of the Year because she deserved it. She deserves it. She absolutely deserves it. But you're not going to get it unless you say yes to their agenda. And the only way that she would be saying, oh, well, I have white privilege. I was like, why does she sound just like Paige Beckers? You know it's an agenda. Why is she coming off sounding just like Paige Beckers? Well, all the Black women that came before me, they paved the way. And as a lot of commentators have said already, it was the NBA. It's Black men that paved the way, not them, the Black women who you're talking about. It's clearly an agenda. But hold on, wait a minute, because you want to talk about all the Black women. What about the Albion women? Because y'all know I'm too much care for that term black and white, because we know those are legal terms. But what about the Albion women that came before? Lyndon? You're not going to get no. How about Stephanie White, Nancy Lieberman? Hold on, Diana Taurasi has been here since the 1900s. You're not gonna give her no love? Hold up, I got some more. Elena Delagon, Sue Bird, Sabrina Ionescu, Brianna Stewart. What? You're not gonna give no shout outs to all the Albion women whose backs this was on too? Listen, melanated women don't need you standing up for them. We can stand up for ourselves. The problem is that there is an agenda going on, And it's dealing with, they're telling you in your face, this whole, what they call woke. I need to go into woke. Y'all be clear on this. Okay, and I'm going to answer some questions in a few minutes and interact, but I just need to get in on this. The WNBA in around 2019, they got in with this Black Lives movement, Black Lives Matter movement. And I need y'all to understand what this movement is. This is an agenda. It's not run by melanated people at all. It's not run by melanated people at all. It's run by Jews. Oh, I know this is ready to get cut off. Y'all better be recording. It's run by Jews. And let's be clear. This is a group of people that don't have any true love for melanated people, period. All right. Why am I saying that? See, up right here, you all watch. I'm going to play this later, but I'm showing a clip of, what is her name? Candace Owens. I'm showing a clip of Candace Owens where she's speaking about the Black Lives Matter movement and what they were actually funding. But y'all think Black Lives Matter has to do with Black lives when the people who running it, they're not for Black lives, and they're not spending the money that they get on Black Lives Matter on quote unquote Black people. As a matter of fact, anything dealing with Black is run by people who not quote unquote Black, run by Jews. You talking about Black Lives Matter, NAACP, who else? The United Negro College Fund, HBCUs. Every last one of them, with the exception of Morris Brown in Atlanta, are run by Jews. All of them. Anything, Black Caucus. But here's the thing about all of that. Those same people who funded Black Lives Matter, NAACP, HBCU, they will fund the KKK. They'll fund the skinheads. They don't care about where the money goes as long as there is a fight. And you don't think there's a fight over this whole Caitlin Clark and what she said about white privilege? Well, that's the point. They making money now because there is a fight. And so she has said this. She's come in and she said, well, I believe, am I going to run it? Let me see if I can run it right now. I'm just pulling up my notes because I want to read this verbatim so that we're clear on what was said. So Caitlin Clark gets her, she's doing her interview. Okay, and in the interview, she says, she makes this controversial statement, and I want to go through it real quick so we can understand what all the fuss, what all the hubbub is about. Give me a second. Let me make sure my people on. There we go. All right. So I want to find this quote so I can make sure I'm saying it verbatim. All right, this is Clark, where she says in this article that I didn't believe she said it. So I was like, I need to hear it from her mouth. And I'm gonna go into that in a second too. Hold on. All right. Clark says, the article says, Clark is cognizant of the racial underpinnings of her stardom. I want to say I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there is privilege, says Clark. A lot of those players in the league have been Black players. This league has kind of been built on them. as once again built on the NBA. The more we can appreciate that, highlight that, talk about that, and then continue to have brands and companies invest in those players that have made this league incredible, I think it's important. I have to continue to try to change that. Why? The more we can elevate Black women, that's going to be a beautiful thing. Let me say this. I'm going to start up here. Clark says, I want to say I've earned every single thing. She did. That came from her hard work, going into the gym and doing those shots. The way she plays, that came from her. That's yours. You deserve that. But you, in this article, talk about uplifting everybody. Then why didn't you just say, I want to uplift these women? Why didn't you just, I want to uplift these women? Because in saying your white privilege and then focusing on these Black players, you ignored and dissed a whole lot of Albion women. Because it wasn't just melanated people in there. Yeah, the vast majority, a lot of them. But what about the other ones? Why would you say that? Why do you sound like Paige Beckers? Because there is an agenda, and the agenda is coming from this Black Lives Movement, which has been run by these people who ain't got nothing to do with Black. Their agenda is to make sure that there is a fight. And the issue is that the people in the WNBA have been getting a lot of money from this movement, and they've been getting paid. They've been getting the palms greased. So they're not about moving the league forward. They're about keeping their money going. This is the same thing that happened in the HBCUs, where the HBCU like, well, we ain't got no money because they don't be sending no money to other people because we Black. Well, meanwhile, HBCUs get a lot of money. But the people who are the face of those HBCUs, oh, they do other things with the money. The same way the people who are the face of the Black Lives Matter movement. Now, Candace Owens goes on to say, where's the money going? Well, it's going to gay stuff, to fund gay housing and put some gay events over here and the gay this. And but I thought this was about Black Lives Matter, but that's not what they're using the money for. It's for gay this and gay that. And not like I got an issue with gay, but if it's, well, why ain't gay lives matter then? Go get some money for gay lives that matter. Why is it Black lives that matter is pushing this? What I'm trying to tell you is when they talk about the woke agenda, you need to look at who's running it, who's the people on underneath, who's behind it, because my question becomes, why is she talking about white privilege if she's really about uplifting the WNBA? Why it ain't just, I'm here to uplift these women and I deserve what I have because I work for it. And whatever I can do to help them get it, that's what we're going to do. Period. Why would you apologize? See, let me say something to you too. Those of us melanated people who have sense, common sense, we weren't buying that. We weren't buying that. First of all, we don't need anybody to stand up for us. Secondly, we don't respect cowards. We do not respect cowards. And a coward is somebody who would bow down to some kind of pressure when somebody's trying to tell them, oh, you need to be less than you are because you're upsetting these people. No, be who you are. Those of us, and let me make this clear. It ain't just, it's not just Albions that's upset about this whole white privilege thing. Melanated people are too. Disappointed. I'm disgusted. I didn't want to see this because I wanted to believe, be naive, that this woman was truly the strong Christian that everybody was touting her to be. I get it. This is a hard place where she is. This is a tough place where she is. I need to go into some stuff. I need to show some stuff because some of y'all not understanding what I'm saying. Let me pull this up. when I heard this article and I heard that white privilege statement, I knew that the only way she could have said that is if she had said yes to the agenda. And I'm not surprised that she said yes to the agenda, because I told you that anything major, whether it be book publishing, magazine, major league sports, record labels, there's that crew, that same one that running Black Lives Matter, they're the ones who own these things, and Time Magazine is no exception. So if she is being awarded something by Time Magazine, even just that is telling me that she had to have said yes, because otherwise they're not going to give her the award. They're not going to give it to her. So when she said that, I knew she had. But then I said, I want to hear her say it out of her mouth. And so then I see this, and I'm going to put this up on the screen. I'm starting to see what she is wearing. I'm just taking a look. I'm checking it out. So why am I looking at what she's wearing? Well, because what happens when you say yes to the agenda is you're going to be sexualized. Okay, there's going to be this. First of all, I already told you you're gonna have to say yes to some kind of sexual degradation. You're gonna have to. It's not gonna be where, oh, and I don't want to do that. No, you better, or you don't get it. You don't get the reward unless you do some kind of sexual ritual. So I'm taking a look at what she's wearing. If you watch the interview, you're going to see how she's sitting. You're going to see her body language. This black dress right here, this is a ritual. Look at how it's cut. This is not even the style. This is not what she wears. This is not how she is. That she doesn't even look comfortable. Look at her body language when you see her on stage. Go back and check that interview out. Look at the body language. She's not comfortable. Why? Because she's gone through the ritual. This is a ritual, what you're looking at. That's a ritual. Then they want to hike the shirt up so we can see the stomach. You know, once again, sexualizing her. So what I'm getting at here is, once you start to see, I ain't going on that one yet. We get on it though. A sneak peek. Okay. My point here is that it's being made clear to those of us who can see. Like I said, once you see it, it's hard to unsee it. You can't unsee it. So now I can't watch this, because before she wasn't doing this. Before she had not said yes. But now once she says yes, I can't be a part of that. I cannot be a part of that. So, and I'm just making it clear of what's going on, and the fact that she is going through a ritual right now where they're inducting her. And those of y'all who is, oh no, I don't believe. See, I need you to understand this. Watch this right here. This is who ushered her into it. Okay. So what happens is, as on the video that you see, all right, on the video it's stating that, you know, when you go into these groups or whatever, and they're calling you in and they're sitting you down and saying, hey, you got to sign, you can sign this contract and you're going to get this, this, and this. And what they'll tell you is they'll say, well, look at such and such, she's doing it. And look at this superstar over here, they're doing it. Well, this is who ushered her in. This is who ushered Caitlin Clark in right here. All right. So Caitlin Clark sees, oh, well, she's doing it too. Well, then I guess it's okay. And Taylor Swift hold her hand and just bring her right on in. And here you go, right here. Signing of the soul, ritual. And so for those of y'all who might be saying, no, I don't believe that's what's going on. Okay, just wait. Because what's going to happen if she starts talking about, well, I got this other alternate ego. If she starts giving the alternate ego a name, or you're going to see in the middle of next season, watch that tennis shoe deal come out. Watch the media change their stance on Caitlin Clark. They're going to start loving her now. You're going to see a change. Everybody thinks, oh, it's going to get worse. No, she just crossed over to the other side. Now she gets to get the shoe deal now. Listen, I'm gonna go into this and then I'm gonna finish up on Caitlin Clark. I want y'all, I showed this. This came up by mistake. But y'all know who that is? Y'all know who that is? I was heavy into the Buffalo thing when it started. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Go look it up. But I was heavy into it when it started. And I did not know about this. I had no idea about this. This happened a long time ago, long before the whole Buffalo thing went down. Or even before Jackson State. And I didn't know about this, but I thought this man was, he's a good Christian man. But this right here is his ritual. This is his ritual where he crossed over. The problem is he tried to ignore them and get out of it. And what's not talked about is they tried to kill him. He's not going to say it. They tried to take him out. He's not going to tell the truth about what happened. All right. I didn't know they tried to take him out until I got a package. I need to speak about this, and then I'm gonna finish up on Caitlin Clark, and I'm gonna answer some questions. Let me tell you what what the Spirit sent me, and then I'm gonna answer some questions and talk to y'all people. I love y'all. Thank y'all for joining. Thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing and commenting. As I said, they tried to take him out. And what ended up happening was that he tried to get out, allegedly. According to me, he tried to get out. And, he was doing this thing at Jackson State. And they came at him and offered him again, either that or he wanted to get back in because life was too tough over there at Jackson State. All right. Allegedly. So what ends up happening is he gets offered, and there's always a sacrifice. And there was a sacrifice. There's always a situation where some kind of way the sacrifice happens, and some kind of way their name is tied into it, but it's a innocent bystander tie-in. But the truth is, they had something to do with that sacrifice. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then do some research. Those who know, you know what I'm talking about. And that was the package that was sent. It was like a package that you know what happened. And then shortly after this sacrifice, here comes the big deal. The big money with the Buffaloes. Yeah. And so now you can see things that are going on right there on camera. There are things that these people do in your face, like the fact that everybody who's visiting them is clearly in that group, that quote unquote brotherhood. Everybody who visits that place, that them, him, everybody is in it. You cannot hang around with devils and not smell like a devil or be a devil. It doesn't work like that. And so after I'm seeing this, then it became clear to me. It's like I can't partake in this. And that's exactly what's happening here. Where I'm seeing somebody, and by the way, at that time when I saw it, it was like, it was a package that was sent to me, but it wasn't something that I could show you. And I was like, I need something concrete. And that's when I saw that picture. That's when I saw the picture in the dress. And that let me know 100%, once you win, you can't get out. He tried to get out and they tried to kill him. But they reoffered. And I need to tell you something. Remember, Nike and Coach Prime had this issue where Coach Prime didn't like Nike because Nike was ignoring him and being negligent of his brand. The same way Nike's doing with Caitlin Clark. Same way. It's not about color. It's about whether or not you're down. She wasn't down. So they wasn't, they're not going to pledge allegiance to her because she didn't do the sexual ritual. But now that she's crossed over, in the same way when Coach Prime got back in order, when he got back in order, Nike got back in order. So look for her tennis shoe deal to go through next year. All right. Getting back to Caitlin Clark, and then I'm going to get into some questions. I need to say this. Caitlin Clark is deserving of everything she's accomplished. And it's unfortunate that she could not succumb to the pressure, because Caitlin Clark has enough power to continuously print money. She had the power, but she gave it away. With whatever sexual ritual she went through and whatever she did, they want to make life difficult for her, and they was doing this and they was doing that to her. Clark had power. Had, and I mean had, because once you sign your soul over, you got nothing. And I know this seems rough, and it's like, but you sure, Diva? I'm saying what I mean. She signed it over. So she had power. She's got nothing now. Then, on top of that, I need to go into this, and then let's get it. Here's the thing that really got me. I told you guys last time we talked about this. All right. Let me see if I can find my documents. All right. So what you've got to recognize is that the true asset for Caitlin Clark is you. You are the true asset. I need y'all to understand that, because they want to control her so they can get to you. And the problem is, as the fans, I need need y'all to start recognizing how truly powerful you are. I need y'all to, I know my value. I need everybody to understand how truly powerful you are. Because one of the things that I saw is that she, not only her, but Tammy Fag Bentley, and I'm going to get on that too, had the nerve to diss the fans. Let me pull it up. And that's one thing you don't ever want to do. Because let me make this perfectly clear. The only reason why they're coming after Clark and they want Clark is because of the fans. If it wasn't for you coming after her, that they wouldn't be all like, well, you know, Caitlin Clark, come over here and play with the LPGA. Or you know, we want you on the magazine. She didn't win listen, if it was just about, you know, somebody who the most valuable player for Time Magazine, that would have been Asia Wilson. If it was just about the most valuable player, that wouldn't have been her. She got it because she influences a lot of people. The fans love her around the world. So it's not just about, oh, you know, because she is a great player. But she won the MVP of the league. That was Asia Wilson. No, it's about the people who she influences. LPGA wanted her. It was televised. Why was it televised? Because of the fans. The fans wanted to see it. So I want to go into this, something she said. You know, dissing the fans. She says, pull this, okay. She says, a lot of people want to have an opinion on what was happening, probably didn't even watch the half the games that they were trying to have a take on and hadn't supported the W for a really long time. Are you kidding me? A lot of people haven't supported the W because it wasn't a good enough product to support. The people in the W are out of their mind. I mean that. I know it's tough, but I mean that. The things that they do, people who are intelligent business people don't do. So for you to be like, well, these people, they're not watching. They ain't even been watching for a long time. How dare you disrespect the people who are watching now? They got a right to say something. And then half the vast majority of the ones who are saying something, they saying it on your behalf, Caitlin Clark. They doing it because they want to protect you. Okay. She says, the day after the incident, in a matchup against the Liberty, Clark ran into a Jonquel Jones screen, ruptured her eardrum. It was vibrating. My hearing was messed up. And Clark ended up shooting 1 of 10, and they lost by how many points? 36 points. All right. So she said some other things. She says this is dealing with the fans. It goes on to talk about this is the Christy Sides deal. October in Indiana had dismissed Sides in October. Management wanted a coach. By the way, this is from the Time Magazine article. Management wanted a coach with more playoff experience. White, a former FIBA player, coached the Sun the past 2 seasons and led Indiana to the WNBA finals as head coach in 2015. Clark insisted she had nothing to do with the change, meaning she had nothing to do with the firing of Christy Sides. I'm actually not the general manager of the team, she says, believe it or not, adds Ho. Now, let me be clear on this. Who had to do with the firing of Christy Sides was the fans. It was the fans that had to do with getting Christy Sides fired. If it wasn't for the fans, Caitlin Clark could have played the same way she played and criticized would be coaching her for the second year of her career. It was absolutely the fans. It was the fans that caused this whole change with 6 and 7 replacements of head coaches in the WNBA. That's the fans doing that. Don't be mistaken. Don't let these people gaslight you, as they say, and make you think, oh, you don't really have no value. You don't have no say. They heard you because you're the one with the money. All right, you're the one with the money. Why is it that Caitlin Clark is they able to go to a bigger arena when Caitlin Clark comes to town? Well, it's because of you. You're the one who buying the tickets. You. All right, hold on. Because Caitlin Clark goes on to gaslight even more. And I really got to get on this. Because she was being disingenuous in this article. It says, this is about Reese. Clark and Reese were pitted against each other as rivals, a narrative that has carried over to the WNBA. I don't get that at all, says Clark. We're not best friends by any means, but we're very respectful of one another. Yes, we have had tremendous battles, but when have I ever guarded her? And when has she guarded me? She downplays Reese's gesture. I didn't think it was taunting, says Clark. It really didn't bother me. It's just like, why don't you talk about them winning or the incredible run that we went on? Nobody would have thought we would have ever gone on. The only thing people cared about was this controversy that was really fabricated and made up, and that has continued to be a case ever since. I didn't really think it was taunting. Wait. You don't think that's taunting somebody in your face doing that? Okay. Hold on. Now, this is another one she says. In the third quarter, Chicago, Kennedy Carter hip checked Clark to the floor. Carter was called for a foul, which the next day was upgraded to a flagrant 1 violation, which I don't know how it wasn't a flagrant 1 right then and there, but that's another story. I ain't going into it. But while the WNBA could revise the ruling, it could not stem the ensuing flurry. Why you think? Listen, once again, fans, know your value, because why do you think they brought that up to a flagrant 1? Because had you not said anything, they probably wouldn't even call it a foul. They probably would have removed that. No, that wasn't a foul. No, it's because of the fans. Your voice is heard. All right. So some pundits cited Carter's foul as evidence that jealous players, particularly Black players, were targeting Clark. Clark cast aside any notion that envious opponents were coming after her. I never thought I was being targeted, says Clark. Obviously, that shouldn't ever happen within a game, but basketball is physical. Your emotions can get the best of you. My emotions have gotten the best of me many times, she says. She says she did not see Reese cheering from the bench. I don't even know if she really knew what happened, says Clark. Honestly, I don't think she was cheering because somebody hit me. I really don't think that would be the case. I hope not. Really. I'm going to, it goes on to say that Reese's representative did not make her available for this article. Listen, the whole thing with this whole deal, as far as Clark, if you want to believe these people are not targeting you, then that's fine. But don't gaslight us. Don't gaslight us, because really we're sitting here like, how could you not know, as though you didn't go back and watch the game and see her doing it? I don't believe that she did. Okay, hold on. Give me one more. This Carrington thing. Let me see if I can find it. Because for me, that was the one right there. This is Carrington. The Sun swept the fever, but not before Clark found herself at the center of one last controversy. No, it's another one after that. But anyway, in game one, Connecticut's Dejanay Carrington poked Clark in the eye while trying to deflect a pass. The contact became more fodder for social media and elsewhere after USA Today Christine Brennan asked Carrington if she intended to hit Clark in the eye. Obviously, it's never intentional, Carrington said. The WNBA Players Union publicly called for Brennan's credentials to be revoked, saying the interview was a blatant attempt to bait a professional athlete into participating in a narrative that is false and designed to fuel racist, homophobic, and misogynistic vitriol on social media. All right. This whole situation still annoys Clark. Never once did that cross my mind that it's on purpose, she says. I've been poked in the eye many times playing basketball. It happens. Clark feels debate about intent reveals a gender double standard. If that would have been happened in the NBA, do you think people would have showed up the next day and been like, hey, Tyrese Halliburton, did you poke Steph Curry in the eye on purpose? She says, while Clark says she wasn't aware that the union was going to reprimand Brennan, she supported its decision. That whole line of questioning that Carrington got was not appropriate, and I do not like it, she says. Now, I want y'all to understand, Brennan was one of the people who supported Clark as far as being on the Olympic basketball team. And here's my issue. This whole season, Clark never took the time to defend her fans. All these people who they're saying is racist and this and that, and those weren't her real fans. They were really trolls. But she never came out and said, no, I love my fans. No, my fans wouldn't do that. She didn't say that. If she had just said, no, my fans wouldn't do that, then everybody else who's doing that, we would know they're not her fans. Oh, if they doing that to you, then they can't be my fans. I don't know who, because my fans don't do that. Some other people, those trolls do that, but my fans don't do that. Had she done that, she should have shown love to the people who supported her. The reason why she's where she is, people, yeah, okay, she got great skills. Yes, love it. But you supported her. You bought her tickets, her jerseys. You watched her games. Even if she come out, it's half the game. It don't matter, Caitlin Clark. People still get paid on every click, even if they don't like. The YouTubers or whomever, they still get paid just because somebody's viewing it. Every time there's a commercial that comes up, if somebody's viewing it, somebody else is getting paid because somebody paid attention. You should have been thanking the people. You never thanked your fans. And you went on in this article to diss them. Let me say this and then I'm ready to close it out. And as far as Tammy Fact Bentley, let me get on this. Hold on. Because it's going to go hand in hand with what Tammy Fact Bentley said. Not 7 days ago, I was singing the praises of Tammy Fact Bentley. And because really every time I saw her in the media, or she'd say, she always had what seemed to be a beautiful spirit. But what she said in here, once again, a diss to the fans. America was founded on segregation, and to this day, let me stop right there. No, it wasn't. See, this is a problem. People don't know anything about the history of this country. I'm going to say this real quick because I go through this all the time. If y'all take the time to go through my sessions. All right. First of all, let's be clear. The quote unquote forefathers, that Continental Congress, Those were Moors, melanated people. And Moors, they could have, some of them were melanated, some of them were Albion, but I want y'all to get this straight. When people say European, ask yourself, well, what is Indo-European? What does that have to do with it? Indo-European means you're Albion. Your original Europeans were melanated people. That's what they're not telling you. You still think Barack Obama was the first black president? Well, no. Y'all don't know about Abraham Lincoln? He was melanated. Y'all don't know about George Washington? He was melanated. All those presidents in between them, they was melanated. Somebody has whitewashed history. That's the problem. I told you they were going to suspend my access. All right. I told you I expected to be taken down. But I'm gonna keep this going so that we're clear. All right. All right. So I need to keep this going so that we're clear. I'm just checking these messages because I knew that they were gonna, take it down. The bottom line is this: you don't ever disrespect your fans. They are the ones that helped you get there. And you should have been willing to at least say thank you to the fans, but you dissed them. And then Tammy Fag Bentley, you talking about, you went on to say, and to this day, it's very much about black and white. It's really not. Y'all making it about black and white. You all are making it about black and white. And you're not recognizing the fact that you are manifesting everything that's coming in your dimension. You're manifesting that. That's the problem. That's why I have to stay away from these sports and all this stupidity, because people don't want to grow up and be accountable. All right. So then you say, who love playing with Clark, writes in a text message, in a sports dominated by black African players, white American has rallied around Caitlin Clark. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Just disrespectful. Why? Because of the simple fact that it wasn't just white, so-called white or Albions. That's what they really are. That wasn't just this them. Melanated people, Chinese people, Africans, all kind of people, Mexicans rallied around Caitlin Clark. And guess what, Tammy Fag Bentley? Guess what? Those same people fell in love with you. They fell in love with you. But you went and dissed them. You claim that they weren't. What you say? She went on to say, the support looks mostly amazing. Sometimes fanatical, she says, and territorial, and sometimes racist. It seems that the great white hope syndrome is at play again. What the ham sandwich is you talking about? You just disrespected. Listen, when you got traded to the Valkyrie, yeah, it wasn't just melanated people sad. Some people was crying. Some people was crying because it was very sad. It was. And it wasn't all melanated people that was sad about you leaving. It was a whole bunch of different people that had fallen in love with you. And then you turn around and make this nasty comment. And again, y'all not being accountable for the energies that you put out. It's not black and white. You making it that. I don't have that issue. When I come up upon Albions, it's love. I show them respect. They show me respect. I don't have no issue with somebody. They keeping me down. Don't nobody keep Diva Lyri down. If Diva Lyri wants something, you know who I go to? The source. I go to the source, and anything that's for me will be mine. I don't care what color it is, ain't nothing gonna stand in my way because I know where my help comes from. I know where my strength comes from. I know where my power comes from. Ain't no black and white. It's just me and spirit. But when you know that, then you don't be acting like a victim. In closing, what I need to be made clear is this, and I said this last week. We sat here and Clark has been hip checked to the ground. She's been harassed and taunted. She's had her eardrum busted, and she had an eye nearly poked out, and more. But she, instead of talking about that, and I'm glad she's not playing the victim because she could have. But what would have been great is if she had respected her fans. All right. So if she wants to be a victim, and I told you, if she want to be a victim, then you can't save somebody who doesn't want to be saved. If you have ever dealt with a battered woman, then you know what I'm talking about. It's like if a woman's getting battered and you feel, oh, I'm gonna go over here and beat that husband up because he ain't no good. Well, you gonna end up in jail, and she gonna end up back with him, and she gonna be hating on you. As a matter of fact, she gonna show up at the court trial to testify against you for beating up her husband. That's what's going on right now. The fans are seeing the abuse and are speaking out about it. Well, who Clark taking the side of? WNBA. Screw the fans. What's the WNBA paying me? Well, the fans are paying the WNBA. She's not getting it. But if she wants to be abused, then Diva Lyri gonna back up and let her do what she do because Diva Lyri don't get abused. I don't take abuse from nobody for no reason. And purpose, and I feel abused by the league, the media, the players, and Kayla Clark. You don't disrespect your fans ever for no reason. But she has chosen the devil over her fans. She's chosen the devil over her fans. I said it. That was a ritual that you saw her going through. And so at this time, I'm letting you know I can't support somebody who's rolling with that type of agenda. If you care to do, I don't tell nobody what to do. But there has been abuse going on with her, and she has allowed it. And one of the things I've said, now I heard this before, and it was kind of harsh, and I'm gonna say it, and I know I'm gonna upset some people. Okay, so be it. Put it in the comment section. I want to hear it. But there's this joke. It says, "What do you tell a woman with two black eyes?" Well, nothing. Because somebody already told her twice. All right. So with that being said, it's clear and she knows that she's being abused. But she's allowing the abuse. And the question is, are we going to allow ourselves to be abused by her and the league and the fans and whoever else, the players? Are we going to keep allowing ourselves to be abused? Well, I'm not. Okay. So with that, let me go into this. If we still up on YouTube, I think we still are. Thank y'all for joining. I want y'all to like and share. Throwing Christine Brennan under the bus like that was low. Yes. That was super disrespectful. Let me see. Prime has always been down since day one. Thank you, CD away. Dion brought everybody to the game, but Diddy and JC. Callaway said Dion brought everybody to the game, but Diddy and Jay-Z, yeah. He was running with the demons. Lady, she always was on the other side. Who was always on the other side? Layla says, ugh, you're making too much sense. Why you say ugh? CJ says, they're grooming her. Her new coach, Stephanie White, was married and straight when she got drafted by the Indiana Fever. Then 4 years later, she's no longer married and now gay. It makes it makes you go, All right, CJ. What's this lady talking about? Caitlyn was never wholesome. Her best friends are lesbians and she curses all the time. Toro. Okay. I'm just telling you what I saw. Okay. And I didn't dig deep into who she was. She never praises Jesus or God in any interviews like Hannah. Okay. And maybe, you know what? Thank you, Toro. Maybe that's why Hannah Hidalgo is not being pushed, because she is really one of the standout talents when it comes to college basketball. So you got a good point. Thank you for that. I'm checking. No, I'm not. I'm not going to check nobody. I'm here to get out of this game. It was the other way around, though. What was the other way around? All right. She said she has always been comfortable in her own skin. Nope. Not grabbing your arm like that. That's right. When Caitlin Clark was doing that interview, let me just give me some slack. When Caitlin Clark was doing that interview, it was clear she wasn't comfortable. So she could tell you, oh yeah, I'm comfortable in my own skin. Her body posture was terrible. To me, it said, how do you say? To me, it looked like somebody sitting on stage who's been violated and trying to play it off. That's what it looked like to me. How you go from wholesome to hawk tooey? I don't know what hawk tooey is, because see, I've heard that little thing, but I don't know what it is, because I go right by that thing. I see hawk tooey, I'm like, okay, scroll. But that okay. WNBA all of a sudden calling Caitlyn their girl after that Time magazine ritual. Thank you, VBS. Because before that, they didn't give Clark any play. But then all of a sudden, our player, WNBA, is a Time magazine, because again she crossed over. DT and Mabry said it's about levels. Yeah. And thank you, Tony, because when you're talking about the whole underground thing or the brotherhood levels, like degrees, that's the sellout level, and they higher up than the topic of their conversation. Does she get a seat at the breakfast table now? Yeah, CD away. Y'all done functified CC. Yes, it was a gut punch. All right. I want to thank y'all for joining. I hope y'all liked and shared. As far as this topic goes, again, I can't indulge. Again, I have a spiritual responsibility. And so if I'm doing something, it needs to be on a certain level, as they say, but not those levels over there that they're dealing with, but a spiritual level. And if it's not there, I have issues with putting my energy into it. I value my energy, and I hope you all do too. Value your energy, because I need you to understand they needed to control Caitlin Clark because they need to control you. Once again, going back to the beginning of what I said, when we talk about organisms or Bacteria, for example, bacteria, they don't have to control your whole arm and your whole leg. No, they just go to that part in your brain. And if they can control that, they can control everything in your body. That's the same thing when you're talking about going to a person who controls this number of people. So they need to control her because they need to control you. And I'm not telling you not to support her or to support her. What I'm saying is you have seen it. You can't unsee it. Now that you see it, then respect your own self and your own value. And don't just be willing to deal with somebody who you know what levels they are on this thing. And all of them, they just run with that little joke. There's levels to this. There's levels. Yeah, there's degrees to this. Yeah, Taurasi been in it long enough to be at a high degree. This is why Clark couldn't go to the Olympics. She hadn't said yes. Everybody else in that group, oh, they said yes. Even Dawn Staley. She part of that. She was part of the Olympic committee. All right. And how do we know that she's a part of that whole quote unquote, what they call the woke agenda? Well, how would you as a woman be okay with somebody who pretending to be a woman to come into the WNBA and start ruling? How do you say that in your right mind as a woman? Well, if they want to play and they identify as a woman, then they should play. She had a hard time even getting it out of her mouth to say it. Why? Because she knows as a woman, as somebody in their right mind, it's not even right. Why would you allow and be okay with men just because he says I identify as a woman and he put on a wig and he still got a full beard and mustache, but it's okay because he identifies as a woman, even though he has a beard and mustache. And guess what? That's what's happening in the WNBA. Brittany Griner ain't no woman. Oh, Y chromosome having Papa calling himself Papa. Go over there and play with the other Papas then. VBS said, bet you those Nike shoes gonna be coming out no time soon. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Puppet masters. That's what we're dealing with. And I hope you all are getting it. I thank you so much. I know this was a long session. I thank you for hanging in there with me. CJ says, the controlling is not happening. I went to the Indiana Fever website and the fans in the thousands and thousands are telling Indiana that they are not watching anymore. Thank you, CJ. So somebody else said it. And they said it very well. They said that the people have voted against the quote unquote woke. For me, I'm saying the people are voting against the devil. And no matter how talented you are, that ain't the level that you want to be on. You don't sign with the devil because you will lose the people. Okay, good. Now you get to have the same number of people viewing that Donna Taurasi was able to bring and that Asia Wilson was able to bring. You get to have the same number because you chose to do business with the devil. Let's see how that works out. Y'all can see how it works out because I won't be watching. All right. I want y'all to know I love you. I thank you. I am really, you know what? I need to say thank you to Caitlin Clark. I do. I need to say thank you to Caitlin Clark because I know I got some people who came in here because of her, because I was speaking on her. And I thank you. I hope you stay. I know I don't talk about exciting topics like basketball. I just deal with spiritual side and law. And if you're interested, I want you to stay. If not, I still love you. Okay. I'm out of here. I hope you all enjoy whatever is coming up. You know, But please stay spiritual. Walk with God. Whatever your spiritual essence is, walk with that source, most high, universe. But stay on the righteous side, on the righteous level. That's what we need to be. All right. The people are starting to vote. We're not playing with Satan no more. All right. We're taking our spirits back. I want y'all to know I love you. I'm out of here. Diva Lyri, I'm going to see y'all next time. I love you. Bye-bye. Give me a hug. I don't have my music. Give me a hug. Bye-bye.